On the topic of human psychology, human nature, it's in a human's nature to avoid things that look bad. That's just how we're wired. All sentient life forms are wired this way. Sentient meaning self-aware. Our desire, like any other species, is to get with, you call it in human terms, dating, the best looking genetics. So a woman with a face that's estrogenic, generally women have smaller faces, larger foreheads, flatter skulls, rounder eyes in general, not always. And a man in general has a wider face, but it's also more compact, more aesthetic, meaning pleasing to the eye. There's a difference between androgyny and looking like a girl. Androgyny is a pretty boy who has a mixture of masculine and feminine traits. He has a perfect combo. He meets the qualifications for many women and would be considered average to a woman's eyes, meaning simply he is appealing. See, we misapply the word average. We assume average equals normal. No, average equals okay looking. Normal ain't enough for anybody, not for me, not for you. Normal equates to a pile of dog shit, while average equates to attractive. Some will say yeah, some will say no. So for people who are alone, they go venturing in areas like stray cats, trying to get involved in things they don't understand. In fact, they're the easiest to do this. They have no friends, and friendships, genuine friendships anyway, are based on looks. They have no romance, and that's also based on looks, meaning it's not a choice on the individual or anyone else. They're going to do things most people, well, people that are happy and content aren't going to do. People that are happy and content, let's say married or in relationships, long-term or short-term, aren't going to focus on spiritual principle. They're going to focus on their lives, the fact that they have good lives. In fact, when you're in relationships, when you reproduce, you have actually succeeded in nature's game. You're a winner. However, you don't have love, you don't have a legacy, you're a loser. The difference between winning and losing is how do people see you? And it does matter. How you see yourself is also important, but it cannot, does not, and will never change how people see you. A confident individual who is also physically unappealing will be perceived as cocky and annoying. An individual who is physically average to attractive will be perceived as confident. That's the rules of this game we call life. You can't pretend that beauty doesn't matter to the individual. Our friendships are shaped by beauty. Our romance, our preferences in women, or if you're a man, or excuse me, if you're a woman who desires a man, it's all based on looks, outward complexion, beauty, things that can't be changed. Nutrition, genetic recombination, how you're treated and raised, how high your stress levels are, all these things will contribute to whether you are bad looking. More stress in your life, the more your skin will age. You'll be less attractive over time. You eat a lot of sugary substances as a child, your teeth will erode away, giving less support for your jaw and your cheeks and everything else in your skull, making your face look more short and sunken in. You don't have a good nutrition, this will also contribute to the genetic deterioration of your beauty, your potential as an individual. An individual's success when it comes to likability, friendships, and romance is completely based on visual beauty. Beauty is not in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is objective, universal, and biological. We love or hate on a subconscious level on the basis of visual beauty. It's in our natures. So for people who are alone, they're going to venture in areas, open up things that may not be a good idea. Throughout my entire experience in life, I've noticed that within less than 13 milliseconds, a woman makes a decision on a man. It's not in her biological control. You either like a man or you don't. You cannot, publicmedicine.gov, Charles Darwin's Origin of the Species. These are my sources for my claims, 2,500 years of Socrates, Greek philosophy, the study of beauty and religious art. There's your sources. Publicmedicine.gov being one of them specifically. My claims are based on objective scientific data. So if anyone wishes to give me a funny look, they have to remember the data. Cold and calculated, based on repeatable methods. Anyway, in conclusion, our successors in life are the children we produce, and the fact that you have love or a child demonstrates that you are a winner.